So I know these days there are so many softwares and new tools coming out all the time that for you as a business owner, you probably get confused with which ones that you should start to use, which ones you shouldn't use anymore, and what you feel would be the best for your business. So what I want to do in this video, I'm just going to make things as simple as possible for you, and I'm going to give you the 5 best tools and softwares that you can use to help grow your business right now. And this can go for any types of businesses. It will cover things like design, automation, newsletters, and website design as well. So it will cover a few different categories. So you will definitely find some that will be beneficial for you and what you're doing for your business, or even if you're contributing towards another business, if you're working, this will be beneficial for you. So let's get into it. The 5 best tools that you can use right now to help grow your business. Let's go. Now, the first app I want to go through is mainly for design, and this is Canva. I'm sure you guys have probably heard of Canva before. Canva is great for things like social media posts, creating banners, even creating thumbnails. All of my YouTube thumbnails are created in Canva, and the really good thing about what Canva has as well is it's got heaps of different templates. So you can see here already on the home page when I'm signed in, you've got things like you can create LinkedIn posts, Facebook posts, different presentations. It will give you your dimensions for Instagram stories. And then, like I said, I do my YouTube thumbnails on there. So there's so many different ways you can use Canva, and you can, like I said, you can do things for social media posts. Even if you're doing presentations, if you want newsletter layouts, there will be a template and options for you to pick for pretty much anything that you want to design, whether it's posting on social media or elsewhere. So for example, if I click on YouTube thumbnail, you can see it will automatically open up another tab, and it will give me the dimensions for a YouTube thumbnail, so I know everything in here, and this layout will be the right size for my YouTube thumbnails. It will give you some templates here. You can obviously search a lot more different elements. You can search for anything you want in here as well, and you can do the same for any of the other templates. And there's heaps more if you do a search. And like I said, you can categorize it into different docs, whiteboards, presentations, and it will give you different templates based on that category. Now, the really other good benefit of Canva is their pricing. So if I go here, there is a free option which pretty much allows you to still design a lot of really cool things without really having to pay for Canva. Then there's the pro version, which gives you a lot more access to a lot more templates and other variety of options that they have to offer. And I think it's about $120 a year or something like that. This is Australian dollars. So their pricing is actually not even that expensive. And if you do want to try it out, you can definitely check out the free version. It still allows you to do so much. So for anything design related and creating social media posts, whether it's for yourself or clients or for a job you're in, definitely start to use Canva. It is one of the best design tools that you can start to use right now. Now, the next tool that I want to talk about is a website builder, and that is Webflow. I've spoken about Webflow before on some of my previous videos. It's one of my favorite website builders. It gives you so much power to make customizations, make a lot of changes that almost allows you to create a website like you're coding it, but without actually having to use code. So I've mentioned this before. I've made some tutorials on my channel too, so check that out if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about how to use Webflow in general. But like I said, it really gives you a very customizable option to design your website. There's really good integrations as well. So a lot of different apps that you want to integrate with for your website, Webflow will allow that. And it allows you to create complex websites and also include things like these rich animations that you're going to see on this screen right now, where you can integrate nice visually appealing animations for your website without, like I said, doing any code or anything like that. It is very simple to kind of follow their steps on how to integrate all of that as well. So you can have Webflow running things like your website, your blogs. I know they even have a shop option as well, so if you do want to sell like e-commerce things on Webflow. So there are quite a bit of options there, but I know majority of people will use them for like landing page designs or creating their general website as well. It's probably the most 2 common uses that Webflow is used for. Like I said, it does have a lot of app integrations as well. And one of the best things about Webflow is it actually has a full learning platform that they have created. It's kind of called Webflow University, where they have actually created heaps of different trainings, hours and hours of different training footage that you could walk through and learn for free on their platform. It's called Webflow University. It will teach you so many good basics and fundamentals of how to use Webflow, and it even goes to a bit more of an advanced level as well. So they have a really good learning system to allow you to understand Webflow as good as possible and to really start to get your hands, get involved in Webflow overall and really understand the platform and the capabilities of it and how you can use it for your website. So if you're looking for a website builder, a website tool, or something for your blog or anything like that, definitely check out Webflow. Like I said, there are so many cool features on Webflow, and anyone can learn how to use Webflow. And like I said, they do have free options as well. Now, this next application is my favorite and most used app, and it's the best for note-taking, planning, and organizing team workspaces, and that is Notion. Now, Notion is a very popular app that many people use for, like I said, for note-taking, for team wikis, team planning. It allows you to do so many different things. I have it for my client hub as well. You can create things like databases, integrate calendars. Really, Notion has so many options. Like, there are so many benefits to using Notion. They recently have integrated their AI as well. You can see here that it's very similar to your usual AI prompts where you can tell it to do certain tasks for you within the application. It's very heavily used for things like docs as well, to, like I said, create things like meeting notes, create things like just your general planning structure for a business or for a client. A lot of people use it for team wikis as well, where they will have things like SOPs, and they will give access to everyone in your team to be able to access these wikis. So anytime you need to follow a certain SOP or a structure or anything like that, they will have it all in one specific Notion page with all the relevant documents and steps and tutorials. You can put things like links, you can bookmark different websites within a Notion document, include videos, images. Really, the options are almost endless with Notion, and I would highly, highly recommend. If there's one app I want you to take away from this video and start using, if you don't already, it's Notion, because I'm telling you now, your whole workflow will change and improve if you use Notion for things like your note-taking, your planning, your team planning structures, and creating these wikis and SOPs, and having a place where everyone can just go to refer to for anything related to your business. It's really good for project management as well. You can do things like Kanban boards. You can do, like I said, tables, timeline calendars, boards. You can do different types of databases, so you can view them different ways as well when you are working on projects, and you can mark them as complete. You can categorize them. Really, Notion, there's so many things that you could do. And recently they've integrated Notion Calendar. So you can actually they have their own calendar app now, and you can link things like your Google account, Google Calendars, and you can also integrate it with your Notion tasks. So all the tasks and to-do lists that you set on Notion can also start to show up on your calendar. So like I said, if there's one app that I will highly recommend you guys to start using, if you don't already, out of the list that I'm going to give you, it's definitely Notion. Now, the next application is one that's going to be used for newsletter. If you're someone who's wanting to start a newsletter for your business, because I know these days there is a big emphasis on people starting newsletters and the benefits of it and kind of getting people to sign up to your newsletter and email lists, it's going to be Beehive. Now, I've recently started to use Beehive, so I'm still not completely, understanding the whole software, but I do know there is a lot of benefits of Beehive, and it's one of the most popular newsletter platforms right now. It has a very user-friendly interface. There's a lot of opportunity as well with Beehive to allow you to encourage growth of your newsletter. They have things like a referral program where you can actually refer other newsletters, and you can help one another grow. There's a clear also payment structure where it shows you how much you can make with revenue-wise from your newsletter, from sponsorships. They're really good at integrating sponsorships as well. And this has been built by a former founder of the Morning Brew. So Morning Brew is probably one of the most popular newsletters ever, and one of a very important team member, I think he's a co-founder, actually then ended up creating Beehive. So as you can see here, created by Early Morning Brew team. So the people who've created this know what it takes to run and build a very, very successful newsletter. Like I said, Morning Brew is probably the most successful one in recent times. So they know what a newsletter is, what is required to be involved and included in a newsletter software. It's definitely one that you need to check out if you're looking at building a newsletter. It's one that I've recently adopted, like I said, so I'm still learning a lot about it, but so far I really do enjoy it, and I'm excited to start to get to know a little bit more about my newsletter tool, what I can do, what are the capabilities of it. But if you are looking to start with one, definitely check out Beehive because it has everything you need to set up, start, and grow your newsletter. And there's a lot of really cool benefits and features, and it's very customizable, and the UI is very friendly. Allows you to have a lot of good things like your brand colors, things like that. It has really nice editing and design features as well. And the last application that I want to talk to you about is one that I've mentioned before on my channel as well, and that is Make. Now, with Make.com, I've mentioned this before, but it's one of the most helpful applications and software tools that will allow you to automate so many of your apps and workflows and really save a lot of time. These days, there's a lot of different tasks that we are required to do, especially if you work in any type of digital business, whether it's marketing, whether it's finance, whether it's sales, things dealing with CRMs, which a lot of jobs and roles and businesses now have. Integrating something like Make is very, very beneficial and will save you so much time. So essentially, you can automate tasks and workflows using and integrating different apps and systems. So for example, if you use a CRM, you can tell Make so you integrate your CRM platform, let's say HubSpot, for example, you would put that in there, you would connect to your account and say, okay, every time a lead or a client becomes is another step or is labeled a different way, they've become a client from a lead, or they're in another step in the funnel process, or a newsletter subscriber joins and everything is now labeled and mentioned in your CRM. You can then say, okay, once someone has become a client and I've labeled that in HubSpot, automatically send them the welcome email and automatically send them a document to sign in the agreement or anything like that. Or you can even say, once a client has signed a new agreement, send them automatically a welcome Slack message, for example, automatically without you having to then go in and do that manually. For example, I've also done a tutorial where I've linked my Google Drive and Notion applications together, where every time I create a new client folder in Google Drive, where I want to put any of their relevant resources and information, a Notion page will automatically be created for that client with the client name. So that way I can also use Notion and my client hub in there, and I'll have all the latest information on a new client page because I created the folder in Google Drive. So you can set certain rules in Make to tell it to do certain actions automatically using certain trigger points. Make have also recently integrated AI, where you can actually start to give AI prompts of what you actually want to automate, and it'll set out the right rule and design standard on what would be required for you to automate the 2 different applications or 3 different applications. And it pretty much will be able to integrate with a lot of different popular applications. So pretty much most of the ones that you already use, you can probably integrate with Make. And they have a lot of templates as well that you could use that are very common tasks that people like to automate, that you can easily integrate with your workflow. And you do have a free option that you can do pretty much a lot of different workflows. So you can start this for free pretty much straight away. All right, so there you have it. The 5 best tools that you need to start to use right now for your business that will help you with things like design, websites, planning and team workspaces, automations, and newsletter building as well. So definitely, if you don't use any of these tools now, I'd highly recommend checking them out. I'll leave links in the description below for you to check them out, check out their website, sign up to them if you want, and then just get started. And hopefully that can help grow your business, make things a bit easier. Your workflow can be a bit more automated as well. You can have a better structure and process in place. So check out more videos on my channel for other different tips for the best types of softwares and tools that you could use. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.